Special occasion tonight, so special occasion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, honey. Ain't nothing like that. Ain't nothing like that. 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 Yeah, I'll be glad when I'm over whatever this is, okay? Anyway, this is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kensiata, happy anniversary, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and everybody on the sound of my voice. Ooh, whatever voice I have left, okay? Uh, and you know I'm the Oprah, the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch, everybody gets a smooch. Let me give some information in the way first. I thought I would have my flyer up for the egg roll challenge, and so I may have it tomorrow and everything, and I'll put it out here on my board. It's going to be the second Saturday in December, okay, at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, because I don't want to mess up your Saturday. That way you get home, you get settled, or if you're going out that night, you can do it and then, be done, get dressed, and, hit the town, okay? So, yeah. It's going to be again the second Saturday, whatever the second Saturday is. I'm not looking at my calendar right now, but it's actually going to be the second Saturday in December. Okay, come on over, have some fun. Join the, if you look up the things to go in the egg roll and how you can do your own, It's not expensive, that much expensive at all. You could be buying things now. You might can make a turkey egg roll because that's going to be after Thanksgiving. And you can freeze some of your turkey and make a turkey egg roll. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving you stuff, right? So yeah, I want to say that. And let's get to some things, the things of the things. I got two mouse here, so I gotta make sure I get the correct one. I hope you all have had a blessed and wonderful day today. Let me see, I'm pulling it up as we speak. Close the door. You'll have a special occasion. Yes. Yeah, I'm such a hopeless romantic. It's ridiculous. I really am. Okay, so we're gonna do this one. Close the door. Hold on. I'm pulling it up as we speak. Give me one minute second. Here we go, right here. I always try to prove the things of the things, okay? Hi, D-Ham. When you gonna sing with me, D-Ham? Hmm. So, did you hear the song? Did you hear the song? Don't worry, I'm gonna play it again. Tell me what you think. First, I'm gonna bring this up. Blessings to you too. The things, all the things of the things. Ah, Lord. Okay, here we go. Right here, y'all. All right. So, okay. Don't worry. I'm going to play it again. Okay, y'all. So, you see my title. It says Argentina beef. Okay. So, Trump hopes Argentina can help bring down meat prices in the USA. So, what he wants to do is outsource our beef from Argentina. President Trump's plan to import red meat runs counter to his philosophy of increasing domestic production and has angered cattle ranchers in the United States. I bet it has. We barely holding on over here in the United States, and they want to bless everybody around us. How does that work when they supposed to be pro United States? I don't get that, but whatever. With beef prices soaring, President Trump is considering the idea that is at odds with his usual mantra that nearly everything should be made in the United States. Mr. Trump, who has imposed tariffs on nearly everything that American imports, said that he was considering buying beef from Argentina to bolster supplies and curb rising prices. Okay, now I'm gonna skip down. We will buy some beef from Argentina, Mr. Trump said to reporters aboard Air Force One on Sunday. If we do that, that will bring our beef prices down. We. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but over in other countries, they eat stuff we don't eat, like monkey feet. Now we dance to the monkey feet. What's up, JB, bro? We dance to the monkey feet, do the monkey feet, the monkey feet. Now I be turning it up. Do the monkey feet. Don't judge me. Drink your water, man, your business, okay? Anywho, but we don't eat monkey feet, okay? We don't eat monkey brains. We don't eat steak from animals that we keep as pets. So we don't know what we'll be getting from there. So I already don't eat that much beef anyway. Okay, I just don't seem like I'm gonna go back to being a vegetarian. The way my food is lining up, the way the way my food is lining up, it looks like I'm gonna be a vegetarian again. Okay, I was a vegetarian for about 8 months. Did very well on it. Okay, because when I wanted meat, I fried mushrooms. Let me tell you, them portobello mushrooms, even the small ones, when you fry them, I promise you, it takes you in the mind of chicken. And I know everybody say things taste like chicken, but try it and see. But anywho, yeah, the way my food is setting up, it looks like I'm going back to be a vegetarian real soon. Okay, real soon, because I don't want no imported monkey nothing. I don't eat camel. The only odd thing I say that I do eat that people might not like is oysters. I'm Creole, duh. I eat a crawfish, crawdads, forever. You know, it's whichever way you say it. It's either crawdads or crawfish, whichever way. What else do I eat? Now my southern side is chitlins, okay, chitterlings, right? I eat those once or twice a year. Man, your business. I keep telling you that. And let me see what else do I eat that might be. Oh, I do like frog legs. I know. Imagine that. I don't eat them all the time. I can eat frog legs maybe once a year because it's really you have to have a taste for it. Now they lied to me when they said frog legs taste like chicken. No, it don't. Frog legs taste like frog legs. I'm just saying, okay. And rabbit. I ain't ate rabbit. Let me just say this. I ain't ate rabbit in a long time since my one grandfather passed away because he used to go hunting and they would catch the rabbit, kill the rabbit, clean the rabbit, fix the rabbit. Okay, we would have rabbit on Christmas. So yeah. So I ain't had that in a minute. Okay. So yeah. So what y'all think about us getting our beef consumption imported from Argentina? What you think? And I mean, I'm by no means don't think that Argentina don't eat what we eat. I'm quite sure they do. But my concern is we don't know what we are being sent. That's my point. Okay. You never know what you're being sent. Shoot, you don't know what you eating here. I mean, let's just call a thing a thing. Okay. When you make like if you like JB and you make 2,146 trips to the store each week, you know, you have no idea what you're eating. Okay, I'm just saying, y'all. JB stays in the. I don't understand it. Look, let's take a sidebar. Okay, I'm back. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all know StreamYard be sucking. That's why I got my money back. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Okay, yeah. Y'all can hear me. Anyway, I'm still pulling that one thing up. Here you go. Special occasion. Special occasion. Special occasion. Hey, go to the hey. Special occasion. Your special occasion. Yeah. Special occasion. Special occasion. Yes. Anyway, what y'all think about that? Y'all like that song? I do. Okay. I do. I do. I do. I do. I don't know. It's just it's the beat for me, and then it's the way that them words is hitting. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all know I'm all about a beat. You know that. Where King at? Cause King know that's my bestie. He know I'm all about that beat. That's why every song he sing me got a hardcore beat to it. Even when it's a slow song, somewhere along the line it's ta-ka-ka, something like that. It's got a beat because I love it. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, let's see. Let's get to the stuff. All right. We're going to talk about this right here. This is just a reaction on what this lady is saying. I don't know if it's true. What do you think? Boo-boo. Okay, let's go.
Causing, yet people are still running to get their what, 6th, 7th, 8th? Stop the madness. Listen to this. Proof the mRNA is intertwining with our DNA.
We have identified the first direct molecular evidence of genomic integration of mRNA vaccine genetic material. We looked at a stage 4 bladder cancer patient. And first of all, this patient was a 30-year-old woman where bladder cancers are extremely rare. So she received 3 Moderna mRNA injections and within a year developed this stage 4 highly aggressive bladder cancer. So we decided to do some molecular profiling. We did identify within what's called circulating tumor DNA, we identified an integration event of the DNA plasmid material from the manufacturing process. The portion of the plasmid that integrated is called the ORF region of the spike ORF region, open reading frame region of this plasmid. That's the portion that encodes for the spike protein to churn out this mRNA during manufacturing. So this portion, what's called 20 base pair portion, 20 nucleotide sequence of this plasmid was perfectly matched in chromosome 19 in the circulating tumor DNA. 20 base pair perfect match, which is, there's about a 1 in a trillion chance this was just an anomaly, and it integrated in chromosome 19 in what's called a non-safe harbor region. So sometimes it can integrate into what's called the AAVS1 locus, which is apparently you won't have many consequences. It was not in that safe harbor locus. So it was in a very dangerous, transcriptionally active area. But this was accompanied by severe genetic dysfunction. And when I say that, I mean we identified there was many genes that were severely dysregulated that have to do with DNA repair. So her genes related to being able to repair damaged DNA were literally being turned off. And so everything was going haywire molecularly, accompanied by this integration event, accompanied by a stage 4 cancer, a very rare cancer in this age group. So this is very damning, and it's very worrisome, and it should demand the immediate withdrawal of these mRNA products.
Let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. Okay, I didn't take none of the shots, okay? I didn't. I wasn't led to take it. And I know y'all gonna be like, for real? And your whole household had the first round of COVID-19 and your husband succumbed to it. That's not what he succumbed to. That was attributed to what he succumbed to. Okay. Like that was the thing that threw him in the hospital, but that ain't what you know. I always say, I know people was told they were going to lose their jobs if they didn't take the jab and all this and stuff. And I understand when you got to do what you got to do to feed your family. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was a woman out here. It was a woman, and she was talking about. Here go this stupid computer doing this again. It was a woman, and she was actually talking about if she lost her food stamps, what she was gonna have to do to feed her family. Y'all, let me tell you something. Okay, y'all not gonna like what I got to say. Y'all not, okay? But when you got babies and they depending on you, okay? I ain't talking about grown people. I'm talking about babies, like for real. You got kids that's like, mama, when we gonna eat? Or mama, what we gonna eat? Or where we gonna eat? And all the things of the things, okay? When you got that going on, you do whatever is necessary to put food in their stomach, to keep a roof over your head, put shoes on their feet and clothes on their back. When I told y'all, I wasn't proud of the fact that I used to hold for some big time street pharmaceutical people. I wasn't proud of that, but I did what I had to do to make sure that I could take care of my kids. I wasn't always married. I was a single mother. I was a teenage mother at that, okay? but I knew I knew I needed to keep a roof over my head. I knew I had responsibilities. I knew I had to feed my children. I knew they needed clothes to wear, so it's a lot of people that sit back on they doohickey, on their crown, on their big old, they seat and judge other people's actions for what they Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Told y'all that's StreamYard. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's StreamYard. Is the error goes right up there with StreamYard is. StreamYard kicking me out. It just kicks me out. So I have to reload and come back. So it is what it is. And like I said, I ain't paying y'all that money. Y'all can't fix that bug. What I look like? You can't pimp me. You want $44 a month for this ragged piece of stuff, and y'all keep adding stuff to it, and you don't fix what's broken. It's a bug somewhere because I ain't the only one this happens to. I watch other people and it happens to them too. So you need to fix the bug first before you keep adding stuff to StreamYard. It don't make no sense. You keep adding it, and it keeps breaking and breaking and breaking. Who's stupid? And not me. I'll do the free 99, Alex, and thank you. Okay. But as I stated, if a mother wasn't taking care of her child, a parent wasn't taking care of their child, and they could, then I ain't got no respect for you, ain't no whatever for you. But if you doing everything you can, and them ends still ain't meeting, and they ain't even waving at each other. Forget meeting and shaking hands. They ain't even waving at each other. And Brother Doohickey over here said, hey, once a week, if you blah, 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 I give you blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, a whole lot of women gonna say, "Nah, I ain't gonna never do that." They go, "Nah, it's prostitution. I ain't gonna never do that now," and blah 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 blah. What y'all want me to say? Y'all think I'm gonna say something? Hey, okay. Like I said, I drink my water and mind my business. That's all I'm supposed to do because that's important to me. Okay, I don't have no judgment. I don't have any judgment because I am not over there. When you need Pampers and formula and you don't have nobody. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving forward, it's funny to sit back sometime and judge other folks for what they feel like when their back was up against the wall. Like we all, hopefully, I know some of us is not. Some of us is in our 50s and still act like we teenagers. Shout out to Jess Andrea for that one. But anyway, a lot of us, that is in our, 50s, we were different when we were younger. When we were younger, we thought as young people, until you had responsibilities. Like I had to grow up quick. Okay, I did. I think that's why a lot of times, even in school, the older, kids will always want, to take me up under their wing because I didn't act like the people my age. I act older. I had to grow up. You know what I'm saying? So when I was a freshman, seniors was like, hey, come here, Coco. Yes, you hang over here with us. And so, but I don't, I ain't walk with you. I don't know what your situation was like. A lot of people don't even have family that they can count on. Oh, let's talk about it. A lot of people, they got people they kin to, But they got people that they kin to. You see what I'm saying? That's all they are, is kin to them. Because they don't help them. Nothing. These people are out here fending for themselves. Strangers will help you quicker than your own blood will. And that's a shame. But it's a lot of families that's like it. I mean, let's not act like everybody's family. It's just, oh, we are family. Hey, yeah. Don't act like we, just everything is just so peachy king. And no, some families, for whatever reason, there is a divide. There is a split. And they'll watch you be on fire and got a cup of water and won't throw it on you to put you out. They'll watch you suffer just to sit back and have something over. You go, I always knew it. I always knew. Oh, but when I come up, yeah, come on. When I come up, that's what I used to say. I used to say, because like I said, I was a teenage mom. I've been on my own. Truthfully, I've been on my own since I was 16. Seriously. I was in foster care. And my foster mother said, I'll make a deal with you. Because she told the guardian ad litem, the court-appointed person, she said, she don't belong here. She knows too much. She don't belong here. And the court person said, I know we can't get in touch with her father. So she has to have somewhere to go. And so she said, but we're working to get her emancipated. So my foster mother, who I loved, I used to go back and see her. We would sit and have coffee. I would take her money. I loved my foster mother, y'all. She was a blessing. And I almost bought that house, my foster house. It went up for sale. I almost bought it, but somebody else beat me to it. But she told me, she said, I'll make a deal with you. She said, if you're going to be away from here, call me. Let me know and let me know where you are. That way, if these people come back, talking about the system people, and they want to know where you are, I can give an account for you. But the first time you stay out and I don't know where you are, I'm going to have them pick you up. I said, yes, ma'am. What's up, shaker, shaker? I said, yes, ma'am. That's how me and my foster mother was. So when I was staying with my AKA boyfriend at the time, he had a roommate. And so I was still over with them. And then I got my own place. And so I think it was a week before my 17th birthday, I went before the judge, and the judge emancipated me. But they put on my court paper to start the day after my birthday. So I turned 17, and then the day after that, legally, I was able to, on my own. And so the lady held my apartment for me until I could bring her my court papers to show that I had a right to be on my own and all this and stuff. So, yeah, that's why I don't understand, because, a lot of us had to get it out the mud. This ain't new. this ain't new. That's why I be laughing about this YouTube stuff, because I'm like, really? I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I always, I get it out of the mud. It always starts with an empty slate. And then I put on the slate what I want it to be. So yeah, I just, I don't get mad at women that feel like they, have to sleep with old dude so that their kids can have something. Where I get mad at women that if you're going to do that, don't tell your kids. It ain't none of their business. They didn't ask to be here. Some of y'all ain't got the mind God gave a cat. You mother ucker, I had to go over here and sleep with Mr. Johnson just to make sure I put clothes on you. That is not that baby's fault. To make sure you got your cereal. And that's what you're supposed to do. Slowness is take care of your shearings. Take care of your shearings. So, what you want, a ooey cookie? What's up, Hebrew? Hey, shalom. Yeah, what you want, a ooey cookie? I don't get it. I just, and then, okay, it was a thing. It was another discussion, y'all. It's so much stuff been going on, especially today. It was discussion. Do you put the child's father in child support court, or do you not? A whole lot of women was like, I don't need nothing from him. If he ain't gonna go ahead and do what he need to do, I don't want nothing from him. Somebody else said, if I got to take care of the kids, he does too. Now, I don't have a problem with that. Either way you pick, I don't have a problem with that. I have brothers, I have sons, I had a daddy, granddaddy. Okay, so I got men in my family. I got uncles. Okay. I've seen it both ways. I've seen it to where one of my cousins was paying child support, and out of, let's just say, $200, the baby got 10. So I understand when men say, why, why I got paid, because she ain't gonna do no, get her fix and blah blah blah. Now a lot of women feel like, well, that's just paying me back for what I do with the kid. That's a big argument, and one day we're gonna have a panel and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, I'm not saying right or wrong. It's what you feel, it's what you've endured. It's up to you. Okay. But that's a conversation that needs to be had. It really does need to be had. I feel like this personally. If you know you got a seed out there, okay, and you can work it out with the mother, take care of your child. Now, sometimes women, y'all make it hard because y'all want the man. If he don't want you, he can't see his child. And that's dumb. It is so dumb. Cause you and him ain't together no more. Unless he gonna take me too. Like, okay, I know everybody probably saw this on Facebook where the man brought his child something to eat because the child was hungry, and he brought his child some McDonald's and something else to eat, and the mother wouldn't let the child have it because she had another child there, and he didn't bring that child none. Now I'm different. Okay, I know women hate me for this, but I'm different. What's him doing for his child got to do about the other child? I could see if y'all was in a relationship, then yeah, don't roll up in here with just yours. We in a relationship right now; they both yours. Okay, but we ain't in no relationship. He called you, my son called you, he called his daddy. If mama can't get it, can I call daddy? Sure. Daddy comes with the McDonald's. Now he can't have it because he didn't buy nothing for the other kid. Now, a lot of people said, well, he should have just went on and bought the other child something. But it ain't his obligation. It's not his responsibility. So y'all can't get mad at him for taking care of his. Make that other man, that's the daddy of that other child, do the same. You can't make one suffer because your picker is off. You picked one that wasn't without nothing. Let me see. My mother raised 4 children. She refused child support to have 100% of custody. Oh, okay. And sometimes, you know what, Hebrew? Sometimes it go down like that, though. It really do. It go down like it. Like my uncle, God rest his soul, when his wife messed around on him, he kept the kids. And I love my girls. He kept them. He kept them in the house. He told her, you go be with him. And that's how he raised all them kids. Well, it was only 3. I'm acting like it's a whole bunch. He raised all 3 of them girls and worked. Everything they needed, he did all of that. You know. So sometimes, and he was the better parent. He made the most money anyway. So, but we all thought she was slow. Like, for real. My cousin's mom, God rest her soul, because she's dead too now. But we always thought she was slow because this man moved you out of apartment. He told you, I'm going to have us a house the way you want, built from the ground up. She told him exactly how she wanted a tri-level home, blah, 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 sitting, blah, 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 blah. He did all that and some. And you're going to mess around with him with somebody that works in a diner. I mean, ain't no wrong. You got to get it how you live, but you got a whole husband and he caters to your needs. And, okay. When did she pass, if I can ask? Shout out to Mama Hebrew. Shoot. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, it was who we are. Everybody in the family says she's stupid. You just had to understand how my uncle was, for real. When I tell you, it man, you talking about money, you talking about like a teddy bear, just so humble, smiled all the time, can sing. They used to call him Levert. When I don't get some women, I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. Now, yeah, I don't get it. Let's move on. Because I mean, they got stuck on it. Okay, we did that. Okay, so the other one, I am not going to bring 12 years now. Oh, okay. Again, shout out to Mama Hebrew. Yes, you said she was a gangster. I understand that now. People don't understand why I love on my mama so much, even though we've had a rocky start. Here's the thing. I've never shied about me and my mother's relationship. Has started out, okay? Um, and everything. Never. Never. But my mother did something that a lot of parents don't do. My mother, one day out of clear blue sky, we was in service. Service was good and blah, blah, blah. And the pastor said, "They got something they want to say and get off their chest or whatever." And when my mama walked up front, you gotta know my mama, okay? The whole church said, like that, okay? I'm sitting, me, my husband, and the kids, we sitting there, and my husband just grabs my hand and hold it. When I tell you, my mama introduced herself, she said, "Some of y'all know me, some of y'all don't. I'll never forget it." She said, "However, I need to apologize to my daughter." She said, "Y'all don't know. I took her through hell." She said, "No." She said, "The ones that know me know what I'm talking about, and y'all been around." She said, "I took her through hell." And I mean, she went on and went on and went on. At this time, tears is rolling down my ass, just rolling. That's all I ever wanted her to do is acknowledge that she didn't do me right. I'm gonna say it like that, okay? Even though let me tell you, it was weird because even though she didn't do me right, if anybody tried to fight me or whatever, she show up. I guess she felt like I'll do it how I want to, but y'all ain't. So I don't know. It's just it was weird. It was weird. But if you forgive somebody, you forgive them. You don't forgive them and then keep it over their head. You don't forgive them and then, any little thing, your mind goes back to that. And it took me a minute to truly, hey, Kim B, it took me a minute to actually walk through forgiveness. Seriously, because you keep remembering. For real, y'all, for real. Y'all know you do. Somebody do you wrong, you forgive them, but any little thing that they do or say, your mind goes back to what happened, how they were or whatever, and everything. So yeah, so why I still got mine, we passed that. I'm mature, you know. I say what I gotta say with respect. I get my point across. I say what I gotta say, and we move on. Life's too short, and with everything going on and people going up out of here, honey, fast. I mean, it seems like every day somebody is gonna they done took that dirt now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we don't do all that. We gonna say how we feel with respect. Excuse me, we're gonna love on each other and be done with it, and let's move on. I don't have time. And like I said, anything that interrupts my peace is to have a price to pay. Anything, anyone. If you interrupt my peace, I love you from a distance. And that's funny because when you love people from a distance, I ain't saying I'm gonna hate you, I'm gonna love you from a distance. People get pissed. I'm not gonna let you in my circle. You a chaos demon. I don't do those. Who is this texting me? Daggone it. I thought my top was on there. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't like all of them. I don't live a life of chaotic proportions. I don't argue. I don't have people around me that keep up stuff. I've never done that ever. You know, even growing up, my legacy is she ain't gonna start it, but she'll finish it. That's my legacy. I'm not gonna start nothing with you. And for the most part, I'll let you say whatever you gotta say about me. Because they words. And I know the truth about me. As long as you don't put your hands on me, we're good, boo. We are very good. And now that I'm 55, I don't even have the energy for all that. It's like, just stay away from me. You stay away from me, I stay away from you, and that's just how we're going to do it. You know. What's up, Korean boo? Peace first. What you said. Peace. That's what it's about, man. And I looked at my grandfather, y'all, Sunday. I surprised him, and my mom knocked on his door, on his office door, and he said, yeah. He said, baby. And then I stuck my head. He said, my baby. He started screaming. He said, my baby, come here, my baby. Oh, I just love you so much. Oh, I'm so glad this. I said, Daddy, I told you I was gonna be here, and I wanted to keep my word, and I wanted you to see me before all the festivities start, because I'll be tipping out pretty soon. I said, but I said, I love you. We took a couple of pictures and stuff and everything. And he was just like, that's my baby. That's my baby. I was so the people were sitting there. I was saying, we know you love Coco. He said, yes. He said, like it. And so my cousin, he said, you see my baby? I said, no, not in person. I said, oh, that's your twin. We just talking all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I looked at my grandfather, 91 years old. Man. And the one thing that he taught me, and everybody said this about him, is love. I believe because of him, that's why my love walk is so long. That's why I try my best to keep peace with all men. The Bible said, holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. Okay. So that's why I try to keep the peace, because I don't want no gate trouble. Everything with me revokes back to heaven. Everything I do, I want to get in and stay, So I have to, if I have to ignore you to keep my peace, I am. If I have to just get quiet and let you do whatever, I will. It's not that deep for me. Heaven is. And so I've seen all the things that and heard all the stories about my grandfather, and especially when he was talking about, 91, still walking, still everything. He don't even look 91. Everything. And I've seen people steal from him, and they like, take a one out on them, call the cops. He's like, nah, baby, we're gonna let God handle it. We're gonna let God handle it. And my mama be so mad. Daddy, God, that's why he made police. And no, we're gonna let God handle it. I've seen men, act like they ain't ate all week. And when my after church, they be in my grandfather's office asking for money to go eat. Men, okay? Which pissed me off, because I'm like, how you eat through the week? But nevertheless, he'll give them all like $10 a piece, go get you something to eat. I'm like, Daddy, why you? Baby, we're going to let God handle that. Seriously, that is his answer. We're going to let God handle that. This millionaire that owns the Gall House in Louisville, Kentucky, the Gall House, and somewhere, he had like, maybe his name was Al Sleater, okay? He had like maybe 10 or 12 different businesses, okay? Don't you know, he used to pay my grandfather to come and talk to him about the Bible. My granddaddy got a standing suite at the Gall House that he can use anytime he wants to, free of charge. And, and it's all because of his heart. He I don't, and then he would, it took us the longest, not trying to be funny, y'all, but it took us the longest because my grandfather also, I told you he's 91, so count back in years. So he'd be calling people Peckerwoods. Please, Lord, help me. I'm like, Daddy, you can't say that. You can't. And I remember one time, y'all, he was standing up for the sanitation department. He was standing up for the sanitation department. Something was going on, and he was like, "No, we're not gonna let y'all do them like that. I can't do that." He said, so he got on the radio. He said, everybody who wants to walk and march with me, and we're going to go to the marriage steps and all this and stuff, because they're going to be treated right. He said, meet me here at the church at a certain time, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so when he was saying that, he noticed there was some people in the audience that just didn't blend in. Okay. And so they had people to come down at the church. Okay. And everything. And so, yeah, my grandfather has had bomb threats. He's had people to threaten to blow him up in his car. because he stands for rights and he fights for Black rights. And people don't call, telling him, when you go start up your car, it'll be the last time you see your family. We waiting for you to come out that church. We gonna unload on you. When I tell y'all, he's been through a lot in them 91 years. He's been through a lot. Um, and I remember for a while, my uncles them would take shifts, like watching his house, watching him go to and fro wherever he had to be with their stuff on him, with their heat on him, you know, going to the church, make sure he was okay before he walks in. Had to have the bomb squad over a couple of times to look up under his car. When I tell you my grandfather has been through it, he's been through it. And when I tell y'all he's one of my heroes, he's one of my heroes. You know, all because, and I understand what Martin Luther King's daughter said. Martin Luther King's baby girl Bernice said, if I knew y'all was going to do this, I would rather have my father back. I get it. I get that. I get that. Because a lot of times when you try to make it right for our people are the main ones that'll do you. When you try to open up the doors, I get fairness for us and all it, it'll be the same people you fighting for to be the ones that they use to take you down. So I get that and I understand that, you know. And when Emmer stood up and was talking to us about saying good things about my grandfather, Sunday, and everything, I thought to myself, my God, today, child, you come from a legacy. Just to sit there, and then other people came in, dignitaries and stuff, and to say all this stuff about him and how he's straight up no chaser. You know what he means because he says what he means and he stand on it. And this is the same man who only had a third grade education, and have done so many things. It's ridiculous. All the brothers and sisters and stuff stand on his shoulders, because they were able to go further and go to school and become business owners and blah, 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 because of him. He moved up here from where he was and went back and got all his siblings and moved them up here in a 2-bedroom house. Like I said, man. So I learned love from him. And that's why, somebody asked me a question about some people. One of them was about Jay Wilson. And like, how can I deal with Jay Wilson when he plays with the Bible? That person was the only one asked me that. There's been like 10 people, believe it or not, it's been like 10, 12 people that have asked me the same question. My thing is this. I don't have a heaven or hell to put Jay Wilson in. I have to make sure that my salvation is solidified. I have to make sure that I don't lead people wrong, that I dot my I's and cross my T's. When you work with the paper that you got, the test that they give you, when you keep your eyes on your own test, you don't worry about if nobody else passes. You worry about if you pass. I have to make sure that when people see me, they understand, well, yeah, hey, that one right there. So I can't judge that. Now, on the same token, I say this. Any preacher, if they watch any movie or TV show, they all have one that they like, whether they ever tell you what it is or not. They have something that they enjoy, because when you're in this position and you're a teacher, a minister, a pastor, a preacher, a bishop, when you're in this level right there, you have to have something that takes your mind and takes you away, makes you relax from that thing right there, okay? And just like I have a favorite movie, okay, some people, maybe they think it's YouTube. And maybe the character that Jay Wilson plays is what they like. I don't agree with nobody 100%. And that's why a lot of people don't like me, because I don't agree with nobody 100%. When you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care if I like you or not. When you're wrong, you're wrong. That's one thing I like about Miss Olivia. Miss Olivia say, today I might like you, tomorrow I may not. Shout out to Miss Olivia the Oracle. She said, today I might like you, tomorrow I may not. It just depends on what you do. And that's what people don't understand. I can still like you and not like what you do. I can still like you and don't agree with what you're saying. When you're an adult, you learn how to agree to disagree. We ain't got to fall out because I don't agree with you. Okay, maybe you like your hairstyle, and if you say, y'all like my hairstyle, I say no. How you gonna get mad at me and try to blow my spot up because I don't like your hair? You shouldn't have never asked. I don't agree with everything just because. That's not me. And if I think it's gonna, whatever, I don't say nothing. You won't hear me comment at all. Creole, what you think? I don't have no comment. I've said it on many occasions. I done been on several platforms and people say, what you think about that? I don't have no comment. I believe in keeping the peace. It ain't that important to me to give you my comment, especially when I know it's gonna kick up some stuff. You ain't gonna get me in that because I don't care enough to even argue with you about nothing. And that's the truth. I don't care. My I don't care is just so stacked up. Like I got plenty. What you think? I don't care. Did you see? But what you think? I don't care. I ain't got no comment. None whatsoever. I don't got no comment, baby. Just like there's people like one day, I forgot. And since I'm talking about Jay Woods, let me go ahead and say, while I was up there, he asked me something. It was something happened. I said, I like her. That was it. I ain't got no, if I like you, I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't gonna be able to talk about you. Now, if you ask me a question and I'd be like, I don't think they meant that, but okay. It's the way to do everything. But you ain't gonna have me up here arguing and screaming. I'm not, and I'm not knocking nobody who do. If you feel like that's you and you gotta do it, do you, boo. I'm not trying to change nobody. I'm talking about me. Uno, me. I ain't got time for it. For real, my mental ain't right. So no, I ain't gonna. No, I told y'all all I want to do is laugh, live, and love. That's it. I'm sticking to that. The 3 L's. I want to laugh, live, and love, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. So, okay, y'all. So to something funny, women. I got some women in here too today. Okay, so it's been. Let me see. Saturday, Sunday. No, okay, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. Yeah, it's been 72 hours since I heard from 1988. That's what we're gonna call him, 1988. It's been 3 days. 3 days. And I know the person's hurt. I do know they hurt. I know they hurt. But I just had to do what I thought was right, I wouldn't want my husband panning after no woman that he used to date, and I'm married to him, whether my marriage is messed up or not. Go on and divorce me and get with her. Don't be sitting over here, you still married to me, call yourself my husband, but you still wanting the next chick, So, I can't. I don't even want to be your friend, boo. God bless you and your endeavors. Nope. So, it was good talking to the person. And like I said, it's like we didn't lose no time. We didn't lose any time talking to each other. But I just, I got to do what's right for me. Like I said, because I know I'm going to be remarried again. And I wouldn't want my husband, being with me in body, but his heart. What's that song? Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. If you old enough, you know about that song. Stop jacking me around. Yes. I don't want that. I don't want his body to be with me, but his mind be all the way with Susie. Okay, I want Michelle, Tanya, whoever. It ain't with Coco, and that's where it need to be. Okay, shoot. No wonder 1988 version. Child, you know what, Kim? I promise you, I wish I could tell you everything that was said on that phone. I wish I could, but I'm not gonna do him like that because yeah, it's not about that. But you so close. Oh my God, you are on it. Do you hear me? You are on it. Like I said, one, I think he got married to get over me. Well, I don't think that's what he said. It was the first marriage, so that's what he said. He got married to get over me because we were supposed to be married, and I was supposed to be with him, and I didn't do it. I already know that story. I ain't going back over it. So when he got married, he was trying to. He loved her, but he still wasn't over me. I still had his heart. I don't think you should ever get married when another person have your heart, because you really cheating. Somebody else got your heart, but So, yeah. And so that didn't work out. So he got married to the girl he's married to now. And yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's messed up. It's really messed up. We'll see, because he's coming back to Kentucky. So, you know, he said he was going to look for either an apartment here or a house just to see. He's gonna come back and look at it and see what feeling he get when he get back to Kentucky, and he gonna go from there. So I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't made nobody no promises. Okay, just I ain't made nobody no promises. Like my husband, I only been married once. My husband, my late husband, he had been married before me. He was married 10 years, but they was only together for two. Like they lived together in holy matrimony for two, and then she went with somebody and he caught her, and so he left, and so they just didn't bother to get a divorce. She was doing her, he was doing him, until he met me and wanted to marry me. And then he was like, oh, by the way, I need to get a divorce. I'm like, excuse I'm sorry, say that one more time. I was like, y'all should have stopped. Boy, it was amateur night at the Apollo. I'm so serious. I found it, and he was like, oh yeah, I need to get my divorce. Scare me. What? He said, yeah, I'm still married. How, I ain't speak to him for 3 whole days. How you gonna skip that when you dating me and you ain't told me you already married? So then he got to explain it. And I'm like, but that's something you should have told me up front. How you gonna propose to me and you still married? How does that work? In men's mind, I think they think it makes sense. Like, it's not a big thing because I ain't with her anyway, and I ain't gonna be with her, and it's just formality. And I think they think it makes sense. And women, we be like, you really in your mind thought that made sense, right? Like, I'm gonna propose to this woman. Oh, by the way, I forgot I'm still married. What? Yeah, okay. Let me see. That marriage never had a chance if his mind and heart was somewhere. Yeah. Yep. And don't touch that with 1988 because it would never. I know. Oh, Kim, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for talking to me. When I tell you, when I tell you the day that we talked, like everything came out, everything. And I knew, like I said, I knew he still loved me. I knew it. It was in his conversation. It was in his text messages. It's just women know, Even when a man say he mad at his wife and he can't stand her and blah blah blah, we know you got that. You got all that vibrato because you still love me. Because if you didn't, whether I live or die, it wouldn't make you it wouldn't make you mad or upset or whatever. Only when you still care for the person does it bother you that much and that deep. Okay, so but I knew it. I knew it. I just didn't think he was gonna confess it. I'm gonna really be honest with you. Like, I don't want to make it seem like, oh yeah. No, I didn't think he was gonna confess it, but he confessed it. And yeah. See how I'm stuttering? That's how I did. I was like, not only do I love you, I'm in love with you. I'm like, oh, yeah. That's how it took all my wind. So I do. I wish him the best, though. I really do, and I want him to heal. Like I said, he probably hate me again because when I didn't get on that plane, he said he had at least a year that he hated me. And then he was mad because he didn't really hate me. He wanted to hate me. He couldn't. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, that's that. That's that. You know, um, I'm ready for a relationship. And for me to be telling y'all that, it's saying something because y'all know I was stuck on my husband. Shoot, honey, wasn't nothing better than him. He was better than sliced bread, baby. My late husband was the honey, the king of all kings. You hear me? So for me to be sitting here saying, you know what, I'm ready for a relationship. I am. I am. I'm very much ready to date. I am. And everything because I got a lot to offer. I do. Is so I'm very picky. Like, I'm not desperate nor thirsty nor ugly. So therefore, I just ain't gonna take no anything because it wants to come. I'm very selective and I know what I like, who I like, and everything. The only thing that's gonna be different this time, hopefully, I'm praying about this because the only thing that's gonna be different this time is because I won't know how the sex game is because I don't plan on doing it. I don't plan on doing a mattress mumble until if and when I say I do. I'm praying that I keep it like it, y'all. I'm praying. If yeah, I'm praying because lately, if I can be transparent, lately, your girl missed that type of stuff. Okay, you gotta understand. I was married almost 30 years. I could do it when I want to do it, as much as I want to do it, every day if I felt like it. Okay. And I'm talking about some good mattress mumble, some good sweet fellowship. Okay. To all of a sudden, now I ain't. So I know a lot of people like, no, I don't, nah. And for a while, I wasn't either. But I wasn't all the way healed either. I was still, you know, and now, I can think about my husband don't cry, my late husband don't cry. I can look at things and laugh, what we used to do and things like that, um, and everything. And I can talk about them and, it's no whatever. But yeah, I'm at that point. I'm at that point. I am at that point. Whoever I get with, my God, today they in trouble. They in trouble. When it comes to that, they in trouble. 4 years so far. 4. Now, I have a friend. I never say who it is because they do come in my chat. I have a friend, and he's a man. He ain't since 2013. I don't know how he does it. He's got this willpower. I'm like, my God, today. I'm like 2013 and we in 2025. That is willpower for your butt, And he's a man. Most men they gotta get in there. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. They gotta get in there. But he's like, nope. Nope. I got another friend that's a dude. He comes in here too. And I think he has been 7 years. I'm like, what is with these men with these holdouts? They have they redefining how I look at a male because I'm like, I always thought most men had to leave with their penises, and so to see two men that has that, thing to where nah, I ain't, I'm good. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. So I know if they mean and they can hold out, I know dang well I can, and I'm a woman. So we gonna see. We are going to see. I'm serious, y'all. I've never seen men. Most men will tell you, nah, I had to slip into something. I had to get a little something here, and all that and stuff. They had to. But these are two men that I trust and that I know, and I'm impressed. I'm very much impressed. So, you know, I don't know. How did I get on that? I have no idea how I got on that. I have no idea how I got on that subject. Anyway, how y'all been? We could get out of here, but I just wanted to come and talk to you all about that. I'm gonna change it because I'm not gonna get into that slavery and AI. I don't feel like it, so we ain't gonna get into that. If anything, I'll update it. Um, oh yeah, remember I told you all last year, as well as the beginning of this year, about the internet and what if the internet grid go down, or what if it starts to spot. I said because I see that we're going to start having a lot more internet outages and things of that nature. Somebody reminded me of that today. They was like, that's something you said, right? And I'm like, I did? Because once I give a prophecy, y'all, I try not to remember it because it's too much. It'd be too much in my spirit. And, so I try not to remember it. But when I thought back, I'm like, okay, it was around the time. Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Remember, because that was around the time I told you all that to get a portable DVD player, just in case everything goes down, at least you'll have something to occupy your mind, especially if you don't read, because some of y'all don't read at all, which is sad, but you don't read. Uh, yeah. And don't forget to still collect your pennies. But they not making pennies no more, Creole. So why I gotta collect some pennies? And that don't make no sense. Well, send me your pennies. I done said it once. I ain't gonna keep repeating myself. You either catch it or you don't, and either way, I'm good. Whatever pennies you don't want, send them to me. All you gotta do is get up on one of my videos, say, "Where do I send these pennies to you at?" And I tell you exactly where to send them to me. Okay. You got to catch some things the first time. You can't always expect it to come back around. Okay. Um, what else? Yes, I remember you saying that. Okay, Kim B. Thank you, Boo. Yep. Thank you. And what else was I gonna say? Um I do, y'all, let me say this, and I'm not trying to, put no damper on anything. And I do still see some form of a war on the waters. I don't know if it's going to be actually on the waters like the ships or over the waters, meaning that we're going to have to, something going to happen with our water. You understand what I'm saying? But I do see war and water kind of. So I'm going to tell you guys, if you have not gotten those purification pills, go ahead and you can go to the camping store, or either you can go on Amazon and you can get these pills that purify your water. You can also get straws. I got straws. To where when you suck the water up, it purifies it, take everything out, dirt, mud, dust, whatever is in it. It takes it out, and all you get is pure water. Uh, so that's something you can have, and if you never have to use it, no harm, no foul. Okay. What else? These next November, December, November, December, November, December, on up until February, it's going to be mystical months. What I mean by mystical months, like anything can happen. Like the atmosphere is charged for anything. Um, those of you all who believe in something higher than yourself, be careful what you say. Um, don't speak negative about your situation. If you in need of something, like if you need some money, say, um, whoo, my money's on the way. I'm temporary tap, but it's on the way. Don't say I'm broke. because what you gonna be? Broke. Okay. And it'll come to me. I ain't gonna force it. It'll come to me. But those are the two things that was right there. Make sure you got your water. And like I said, just rotate it. If you already got, let's just say, maybe 6 jugs of water, okay, and buy 3 more, but use the first 3 that you got. See how you rotate? Don't just not buy it, because you're gonna need, if push come to shove, and I hope it don't. Let me say that first. But just by chance it does. You need water to cook with, you're gonna need water to drink, you're gonna need water to wash. See what I'm saying? So even though you may have 9 gallons of water, you really don't have 9, because you gotta cook, you gotta wash your body, you gotta drink. And depending on how many people is in your home with you, or how many people you're accountable for, you might need that and double. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I was waiting for Mixology and Mixology 99 and Just Read My Book to tell me when they were going to do their cocktail hour. I think Mixology is making mocktails, and I think Just Read My Book is making cocktails. And we're going to have a panel just with grown people, men, women, don't matter. Grown people going to sit and just have a ball and talk. And they was going to try to incorporate it with me as well. Because I was going to have a panel, a pajama jam, everybody put on their pajamas, and I was going to drop the link, and we was all going to come up here and just have a ball, okay? Just talk about the things of the things. Adult situations too. Okay. Yes, I preach, okay? There is a whole book that's got chapters in the Bible that talk about sex. Would y'all quit that? I don't know what church y'all going to, but don't y'all know sex is also a part of the Bible? It's a part of man, one man. How you think we got here? I am gonna talk about Adam and Eve tomorrow. I'm a do a Bible teaching tomorrow real quick about Adam and Eve. And I don't think you've heard what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, maybe you have, and if you have, come and support me. Okay. But I am going to we need to know some things. The Bible is very interesting. Very, very interested. You know. Um, okay, Kim. So I'm just saying, hmm. Everybody has always wanted to know, where did Cain's wife come from? Okay. Everybody's always wanted to know that. And I think I have the answer for you. A lot of people have said different things, but I really think I got the answer for you. I'm going to tell you what I got, and I'm going to show you where I got it. You pray about it. Ask whoever you want to ask that maybe know a little bit more than I do. I don't mind that. Iron sharpens iron. I am never threatened, ever. If you know more than me, praise God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. And I don't get jealous. It don't diminish me. I diminish my brain because you know more than me. Okay, great. See how that works? I'm different. I learn from people too. You might say something one day that I don't know. I'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. But one thing I want people, especially on YouTube, to understand: facts and feelings are two different things. And a lot of y'all get your feelings mixed up with facts. Yes, they start with F's, but that's about all. Okay? Your feelings is how you feel. Nobody can tell you wrong for feeling how you feel. They're your feelings. They're your authentic feelings. Okay? That's how you feel. But your feelings don't make the situation facts. Facts is undisputed on what happened. This is the facts. I was born black Okay? Other things too, but black dominate everything. So let's just say I was born black. It's a fact. How do I feel about being born black? That's a whole nother issue. But you can't take away from my feelings. So, a lot of times people get those things mixed up, and I see it a lot on YouTube. People be like, because and you said this about me, and I'm like, but they don't make it a fact. That's how you felt. So it just is what it is. I don't know everything. Such as I do, I share. I learn from other people too. Sure, I learn from my grandkids. Okay? You'll never get too old to learn. I learn from my grandkids. Point blank, period. By the way, if you can take garlic, okay? If you hear me good. If you can take garlic, like some of y'all is allergic to garlic, but if you can take garlic, what you want to do, okay, at night before you go to bed, put you some garlic in like 4 ounces of warm water, like as if you was gonna make tea, and let it steep in there. Let it steep in there for about 15 minutes. And then take the garlic out, or you can eat it, whatever. Take it out and drink it down, and then go to bed. That garlic, it'll start unlocking all the clogged arteries that you got. It'll start pulling out poo-poo, okay, helping your liver. It'll start bringing your inflammation down. If your blood pressure is high, it'll bring it down so it can regulate it. It does a whole lot of things. And that's the easiest thing I can give y'all right now, to where at night, okay, also, if you really want to do some stuff, if you got apple cider vinegar with the mother and stuff that floats around, add a little bit of that to that same garlic water. Watch what I tell you. You'll wake up, you won't have no aches. You'll sleep like a baby. Your sinuses won't bother you. So that's all, y'all. That's all. I just wanted to come and holler at y'all today. But tomorrow I will be doing, like I said, a little Bible study. Those that care to come by, I hope you come by tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun with it. Tonight I'm gonna put a quiz out here. I always put every now and then, at least once a month, I try to put 4 questions and see if y'all can answer them. I be so tickled when I see people's answers sometimes. I be cracking up. Y'all make me laugh, and I be needing that, y'all. Right now, one of my nieces, okay, she's been in the hospital for a minute. I just ain't told y'all. Some people that know me know, okay? But she's 20-some years old. She's a diabetic, but she's also in the hospital because of liver failure, because she wasn't taking care of herself with diabetes. That's another reason why I've been coming on here talking a lot about diabetes lately, okay? So that's why I tell y'all, email me if it's something y'all want me to talk about, especially if it has to do with health. If you want me to talk about, Coco, what can I, use? What can I take to help me with this and bring me out of this and do this? I don't mind. I do not mind. I will do that. Okay. So, like I said, I'm here for us. This channel is for us. Everything that has to do with us, that's what it's about. Okay. So if you do have get up under one of my videos. If you don't know my email, get up under one of my videos and say, hey, Creole, hey, Coco, can you do a live on this? I'm dealing with this. I know somebody who's dealing with this. Can you do a live about helping this? And I will. It's no problem. Okay. It is no problem. I'm not a one-trick pony, but I do want to help as many as I can. That's why I'm here. I'm making full proof of my ministry. That's why I'm here. Okay. Even though my husband, he don't know how to act, I had to walk away. Let me leave him alone. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I love you guys. I love talking to y'all. I do. If you haven't checked out my shorts, please go look at my shorts and everything. But I will be on her after they finish. Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much, Boo. I appreciate your support always. I really do. Y'all, so tomorrow AT&T is coming out because I'm tired. I want to make sure. See, I said it StreamYard. I want to make sure Everything else don't drop, but I called AT&T. I got insurance. I'm using it before they take the insurance away. Everything else going away. So they coming out tomorrow, and they're going to look at my wiring, my everything that has to do with my internet and stuff. And if they give me a full bill of health where my internet is concerned, then me and StreamYard got an issue. So right now, I ain't giving StreamYard too much. I ain't giving them too much because, But so after AT&T leave tomorrow and everything is okay, they'll be here at 8 in the morning, supposedly between 8 and 10. So when they do what they're going to do when they leave, then I'll schedule my live and I'll come on here and we'll just go from there and we'll have some fun. Okay. So remember, y'all, stay out of the mess. Guard your gates. I always tell y'all about your gates, your ear gates, your nose, your eyes, your head. Guard your mouth, guard your gates, okay? That's the only way it can enter in. Okay? All right? All right. I love you guys, and remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. Y'all go back and listen to that song. I played it when we first came on, and then I played it again. What, JB? What'd I do? I was just, I told him he I had to bow out. He got too many women. I had to bail out. Hey. See, you a mess. What you cooking? Tell me that before we get out of here. What you cooking? Yeah, I'm telling y'all. JB at the store every day. Every day. I'll be like, what you doing? And he'll say, laugh out loud at the store. It don't make no sense. Every day. Who goes to the store every day? I just cannot. I cannot. Lord. Anywho, just text me. Okay, y'all. I am out of here. I love you guys. And again, remember, no matter what the test, always do your best. Smooches.